this ties in with, everything we kind of talking about with Nintendo. Another drunk thought, just drunk ramblings of Brian. I'll call it if you want. So I was thinking about like Smash Brothers and how unique that was of a game, and the fact that it brought all these first-party characters together, and even now they're pulling, people from so many things. They finally got my goddamn Simon in there.
Right.
Disney, being as friggin' huge as they are, now that they own Star Wars, Marvel, and just their general Disney, who I don't even know what else they own, but just those three alone.
Yeah.
If they were to create even like a clone of Smash or like PlayStation Battle Stars, which is a clone of Smash,
right,
or even a version of fighting game called like Marvel vs. Capcom, how much do you think it would be bigger than Smash?
It really has. It's got to really hit it out of the park, because the perfect example to compare it to is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, which you can buy right now for like $4.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad game at all.
It's actually really fun.
It's good. It's fun. It's good.
But here's the deal, and I bought that. I played a lot of it. I will say, though, still, like, even with that game, it was really cool. Like, Kratos and some of these,
And Sweet Tooth and Parappa and shit like that.
But those characters aren't as iconic as the Nintendo characters. And I obviously love PlayStation more than Nintendo, but it
didn't have like Crash or Spyro in it too, did it?
Which was weird, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my point. I think when you think iconic, so you got Nintendo characters for video games, but man, the Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel iconic characters, I think they weigh just as even, if not a lot more than...
Yeah, like if you have Mickey fighting Luke Skywalker fighting Wolverine...
That's going to be some shit to sell.
Right.
So that's...
that beats Sackboy fighting Parappa fighting Kratos.
Yeah. And
there's been like other clone games like this before. Like I know there's some Japan exclusive one that has like just stuff from everywhere. Like you can have Simon Belmont fighting Optimus Prime. It's almost like a Mugen, but like actually like really developed.
Yeah, but even Mugen, I mean, and this is, I brought this
up. And Mugen's one-on-one, but that's different.
And I know Mugen, like, I have that, and I downloaded ridiculous, like, WWE people, Disney people, like, everything. And that's the beauty of that game. What I'm saying, like, Disney had that, what was that game that like, you bought the figures, like, when that was a...
Disney made their own Skylanders, Disney Infinity. And it failed.
Yeah, I think it failed more because you had to buy the figures.
Well, that's the same thing you had to do with all these other ones.
I don't know anything about the game, but we've talked about Kingdom Hearts, so that's a good example of like Disney characters coming together.
Right.
But now they own these other things. I don't know. I thought out loud, I was like, man, if they fucking went in and did a fighting game series, I think I kind of feel like, and assuming it was good, like obviously if the gameplay was friggin' awful. But if you copy the kind of idea of Smash, and like Jim said, you had Mickey and Donald Duck fighting Luke Skywalker, fighting Captain America, fighting Spider-Man. Holy shit.
Right.
Like, you ain't even going to be able to come close to competing. So...
It's just a thing that it really has to... I don't want to say it has to appeal to the hardcore fighting fan community, because it's not like Smash appeals to just the fighting fan community.
Yeah, Smash brought a lot of people who don't like fighting fan, like, you could just like Mario. Like,
I think it would have a better chance than PlayStation had.
Oh, for sure.
Just because of the power of the characters.
Now here's my tangent off of that.
All right.
So Disney, arguably, let's say one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world.
Say the least.
I'm not sitting here looking at their stock holdings or what they're worth.
Friggin' Verizon's actually losing Disney-owned channels now.
Yeah.
So they're losing ABC and ESPN because Verizon doesn't want to pay Disney for the jacked up rates.
And I'm also one of these people that are very pissed that all the Marvel series that are on Netflix are being canceled because Disney is starting its own streaming service to compete against Netflix. So Netflix went out, got Star Wars, got a bunch of Marvel movies. Eventually, that shit might go away and only be on Disney streaming services. So now you got Hulu, you got Netflix, you got Shudder. You got a million different streaming services. So now this will be another one that if you have kids, they want to watch Disney movies. Guess what? You might have to get another one.
Man, like I can't watch any Star Trek series because it's on CBS's friggin' streaming thing.
So here's my point with all that. Would you be all in for if Disney was like, you know what, we're going to buy Nintendo? I don't know if they have the money to do that. I assume they're a lot bigger than Nintendo.
Yeah.
But man, if they went in, and then could you imagine the mix between Nintendo and Disney characters?
Jesus.
Like, I'm saying, would that excite you? Or because you know how some people, when they heard Disney bought Star Wars, and with the last one, oh, it's Star Wars, but it feels like a Disney movie. You know, like people bitching like they always do. Would you feel like you'd be against?
People are dumb because people like Force Awakens and Force Awakens sucks. Last Jedi tried at least something new.
All I'm saying,
give me your hate. Feed me your hate,
Jim. Don't. Here's the deal. I may agree with you on a lot of your points of that, but don't use the goddamn dialogue because you go back to the first Star Wars. There was never good dialogue in Star Wars.
I'm not talking about the dialogue. I'm just saying Force Awakens was it was a lazy remake.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying. Like,
that's my bitch about it.
Just calm your tits.
These tits will not be calmed.
But I'm saying, would you be all in if Disney was like, you know what, we're buying Nintendo?
I mean, it's not like I'd be all in, but I wouldn't be pissed about it.
I mean, you wouldn't.
The people are like, "Oh, Nintendo's ruined now." It's probably not.
I mean, if they still ran as their own thing, but now they could have licensed Disney shit on top of it, you wouldn't be all for it?
Yeah, I mean, like people say, no, it would be cool.
Yeah.
Like people say Disney killed Star Wars, and it's like Star Wars has sucked since Jedi. So it hasn't been Disney that's been killing Star Wars.
But we agree that the third one is actually good.
Oh, I do like Revenge of the Sith.
That's damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, either way, guys, once again, this was a random Brian drunk rambling. I typed it in. You let us know what you think about this topic. 1, if you think a Disney clone would be bigger in Smash. And 2, would you be for if Disney would actually buy Nintendo? Not saying it would happen, but let's see.